I'd like to thank our panel for your service to our nation and for your presence here today. And I feel like I have to apologize in advance. You're going to have to live through what we have been living through on this subcommittee and on our committee this Congress, where we have colleagues who are intent on doing everything possible to paint any effort by the federal government to be inclusive and to be diverse and representative of our country as divisive. That's the word that's being used. I'd like to ask each one of you, please, if you can explain to us, why is it important to have a diverse population in your academies? What's the benefit of having a diverse set of talented leaders in the academies? And General Clark, we'll start with you, and then we'll work our way to each member.
Thank you, ma'am. I think I can speak for all of us that we're developing leaders that will lead our fighting force. In our case, it's the Air Force and the Space Force, which is made up of people from across our country, regardless of demographics, socioeconomic status, geographics, every congressional district. We have to ensure that our cadets are prepared to lead in that environment, to lead those diverse teams, to build them as a fighting force, and to move them forward to the same goal, the common goal of supporting and defending our Constitution. And if our cadets can't lead people that don't necessarily look like them or think like them or talk like them, then we're going to fail, because our Air Force, our Space Force is just a series of teams that are made to go win our wars, and that's what we're training our cadets to do, to lead our country in that endeavor.
So it's in our self-interest.
Absolutely, ma'am.
To promote diversity.
Absolutely.
Sir?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I concur with my colleague at Air Force. We're looking to build teams that are ready to win wars, defend our nation, and work as effectively as they can. In my professional opinion, diversity, a complement of diversity in our teams helps them do that. I define diversity across a myriad of aspects. It could be gender diversity, racial diversity, but it's diversity of thought. It's the diversity of life experiences, of background, socioeconomic status. It's a diversity of thought. And it's been proven for over 100 years in the U.S. military, when we have diverse teams sharing all of that type of diversity, they're very, very effective in defending this nation.
Thank you.
I've completed my remarks, Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you.
Thank you.
Representative Escobar, our nation's armed forces are made up of the people that come in that represent our nation. The people, the young men and women that join the armed forces come from all over the world. They're made up they come from different backgrounds, they come from different upbringings, potentially they have different value sets. They come into the armed forces and we develop them in order to achieve a common goal, which is, defending our nation in time of need and swearing to the Constitution of the United States. As we develop leaders of character, in order to lead this force, they've got to understand who their people are, and they've got to be critical thinkers. And we develop critical thinking skills, and they've got to be able to have hard and difficult conversations in all different spaces, in different disciplines. So that is why I think it's a strength, and why we've got to continue as the service academies to draw upon that strength and promote it across our armed forces.
I appreciate that. I'm running out of time, and so I just want to summarize. It's advantageous to us in order to embrace diversity, number one. Number two, it makes us stronger to embrace diversity. And number three, our country is diverse, so we should reflect that diversity. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you. Representative Stefanik.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.